Greetings, esteemed viewers. My volume's too loud. Greetings, esteemed viewers. Welcome back to Dankey Kang.
Fool! You should always minimize the volume before you start recording.
I tried to minimize the volume, but I just ended up minimizing my window. Making Tiny Kong on my screen. Oh shit, it's another boss fight. You know, I'm gonna come out and say it. I don't really like the bosses in this game.
I feel like you did come out and say that already.
Well, I'm gonna say it again!
So, if you guys haven't noticed, everyone is dead. Oh, it's the
everyone,
Rafiki.
Including me? Oh, it's Naruto Rafiki.
Oh, yes. My favorite OC.
Okay, I'm looking that shit up. If that's a thing, I'm gonna do something wild. If that's a thing,
I can basically guarantee it's a thing because weebs exist and the cult of Disney exists.
All right. Okay. Okay. Well, I see a picture of somebody cosplaying as Naruto next to somebody cosplaying as Rafiki. But I don't see any OCs that are a cross between Naruto and Rafiki. I found Naruto and Simba, though.
I don't know, I think that's pretty close.
What was it? Yeah, okay, well. Okay, alright, I don't have to do anything crazy. That's fine. That's cool.
Yeah, I do like the Naruto and Rafiki picture. It's pretty good.
Yeah. It was like, what the actual... Why? How did this even happen? But whatever.
That is a terrifying Funko Pop.
What now?
The Rafiki Funko Pop is nightmare fuel.
Worse than the Sonic Pop thing?
Oh, let me look at the Sonic one. This is definitely one of the worst ones I've ever seen.
Well, it has 4.5 stars on Amazon. How bad could it be? Oh, man! Oh, jeez. Okay, that's not what I was thinking about at all.
Okay, the Sonic one, he just looks stoned out of his mind. The Rafiki one, he is possessed by Satan.
Yeah, no, I was... I was thinking of something else entirely, like there was an ice cream pop or something of Sonic.
Oh, yeah, that just looks silly.
Yeah. But, you know... we killed the original monkey guy, so shouldn't these clones die too?
Plot twist, that wasn't Shadow Clone Jitsu, he was just reproducing by budding.
Monkeys can do that? Ninjas
this one
can! Oh man, I need to start training, man. I want to reproduce by budding.
See, now it's Shadow Clones.
But they're all glowy. $10 says they just cover themselves in baby powder, and that's what that is.
Well, you just got killed by baby powder. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel super bad, actually. I feel like such a failure because I am. That's why. You know, like, is this the only jutsu he knows? It's like...
I mean, probably. Have you seen this monkey?
I mean, yeah, I guess, but... Oh, you know what? He has a bomb jutsu. Never mind.
I mean, it kind of just looks like he found some bomb flowers and is just throwing them.
Ninja magic. Ninja magic.
No, if anything, the ropes are ninja magic. Where are they coming from?
Where are the bombs coming from?
The trees.
The trees. The bombs are coming from the trees. Daddy, where do bombs come from? Trees, son. They come from trees.
This is the worst game of Barrel of Monkeys I have ever seen.
I know, right?
By the way, that was a terrible fucking game. Why was it a thing?
I don't know. I don't know how OSHA let that happen. I really don't.
It was stupid. It's just fucking monkeys. Just little plastic monkeys. Ooh, you could put them in a chain. Ooh.
I mean, here's how I would put them in a chain. I would like bounce the chain up and down for like, I don't know, approximately 7.2 seconds, and then I'd go do something useful. That was my
I associate the fucking monkeys with my grandma's house because apparently that was one of the few things that was there that we could do. Although I did also leave my Beauty and the Beast tea set there when I was much younger. It had a Lumiere and a Mrs. Potts and a...
Wait,
chip.
you left it there and you never got it back?
No, I had it when I was a little older, but I, left it there as something to do.
Oh! You were thinking ahead, I see.
Yes, even as a, 6-year-old. I thought...
I thought, man, this is gonna be fucking boring.
Brian, charge your fucking pants.
No! It still has some juice left, goddammit! I'm not wasting electricity, I'm green! Also black, but I'm green!
But Brian, you're turquoise.
Is that what black and green make?
No, I mean, that's closer to the color you chose. I think it's actually teal.
Yeah, no. Although, in the next
What
iteration...
is wrong with that shark?
He's just having a good time, man. Don't rush his mellow. Or, he could be high. That could be an option.
I feel like that is the option.
But I forgot to tell you before you made the second version of the channel art. My favorite color changed to orange. I mean, I still really like teal. It's like my second favorite color, so it's fine. You don't have to feel like...
We're not changing it now, Brian.
I mean, yeah, I meant for the next time you inevitably change it eventually.
Well, and the next time I eventually change it, we'll see if Wolf is still a part of it.
Right, but,
Spoilers! Actually, no, he's still around-ish. He just can't record the day that everyone else can record.
And so...
And so he's
him.
dead.
We said fuck him! Who needs Wolf? No,
I mean, we had our special guest appearance from Lamp last time. That was pretty good.
Yeah, he was pretty bright.
Yeah.
I'd say.
But Brian fucked up our schedule, so we were only able to do one part with him.
Yeah, I do that.
Yes,
it's what I'm known for. My lack of fun. Vaughns have a lot of traditions. My last name is Vaughn. I shouldn't have said that on the internet, but whatever.
It's okay. We've had episodes that flashed our Skype names.
All right.
That you didn't edit out.
Right, because I'm stupid. But we knew that already. Anyway, Vaughns are known for a couple things. We're known for our terrible, terrible punctuality. This is a fact.
Yes, it is.
We're known for our above and beyond procrastination skills, and we're known for powering through. Those are the values I will pass down to my progeny when the time comes.
They're not good values. No matter how much I have mocked them for these values over the years, they still retain them. Although now, Taryn has actually arrived before me a couple times, but that's only when I intentionally leave late, because I don't want to get there first, because I'm sick of being super high school level always early, okay?
Yeah, no, and that's your values, this is mine.
Well, your values are wrong.
Wow.
Yeah, I said it.
It's super mean.
What are you gonna do about it? I'm sure
Absolutely
you haven't even
nothing.
edited the last part of Donkey Kong yet.
Yeah, you hurt my feelings. Oh my goodness. By the way, if I were actually swimming, I would have died by now. I'm just saying. I do that every time I watch a movie where they're underwater longer than should be humanly possible.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I would have died right here. Poseidon Adventure would have died. National Treasure would have died.
Yeah, same though. Not least because I'm terrible at breathing.
Yeah, no, I don't have great lung capacity. It's not horrible. It's not good.
I have the air lung capacity of a goldfish, is my joke.
Shouldn't you choose something that doesn't breathe underwater?
No, the point is I chose something that doesn't breathe air.
Oh! Fucking! Oh! Do goldfish have lungs?
I mean, they have gills.
Yeah, but gills are to filter the oxygen out
The
of the water.
point is that I'm sitting here wheezing away, flopping with my death throes. Just perpetually.
And that's your value.
It's not my value, it's my disability.
Okay, I searched it, and Google's gonna... This is a very... Oh, good, okay. Alright, like, I was super insecure, because, like, do goldfish have lungs? That's a stupid fucking question, you idiot. Why would you ask that? But Google, first result said, this is a very good question. Validation!
Good for you.
Okay, so they don't. They do not have lungs. Okay.
Yes, well, it's still a metaphor that gets the point across.
Yeah, no. I mean, it totally works since they don't have lungs.
Yeah,
And
they don't have lungs, and they don't
don't.
breathe air, so they're lung piss.
Ergo,
But spelled with an E, though.
No, it's not. It's
It definitely
wordplay.
is.
It's wordplay. Stop worshiping my mellow.
So, I did not mention this last time, but I have a story.
Story time.
I did a allergen test because it was cheap.
Uh-oh.
And because I've been pretty sure for years that I was lactose intolerant, but I'd never actually gotten it tested, so, you know, I'm just kind of like, yeah, this happens when I have cheese or milk, but, you know, it's not really affecting my life except that I have issues in the bathroom after having milk. But, you know,
Anyway.
it's not really a big deal. So, when I get the test, I was not surprised to see milk and lactose on there separately, which would also explain why having lactate doesn't really help that much.
Mm-hmm.
But then also wheat.
Also, wheat?
Wheat.
Do you eat wheat a lot?
90% of my diet was bread. Or crackers.
Ow!
So I was like,
that's...
oh, what? Is this why I'm, like, exhausted and fatigued all the time? Because I'm eating shit I'm not supposed to be eating? Well, so, you know, they were like, okay, so you should do an elimination period for a few weeks and then try to reintroduce it and see if you have a reaction. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever. So then yesterday, I had gone through a few weeks without wheat, which is definitely an adjustment, but not as hard as I was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Considering that most of what I eat is wheat, or was wheat. Although I gotta say, gluten-free pizza, still not great. Like, it tastes fine, but it's not great for me. It didn't help.
Okay.
But yesterday, we tried flatbread as part of my reintroduction, because I'm like, well, that's got wheat, you know, and not much else, mostly just wheat.
Right.
So I was eating it, and I felt this weird powder, and I was like, whatever. And then my hands turned red.
Your hands turn red.
And then they got itchy. They're actually kind of red right now, but that's because it's a little warm here. They're not itchy right now, is the main thing.
Alright.
And my lip was also red and itchy. And I'm like, oh! What the fuck?
So, wait a minute. Why didn't that usually happen then?
Well, you see, Brian, if you... I did look into this because my parents firmly believe that you can't just develop an allergy out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. You can, in fact, develop allergies out of nowhere. I never had seasonal allergies until they developed out of nowhere. I didn't get my asthma diagnosed until I had it for like almost 10 years, because I first started showing the symptoms in like 2006-ish. Mm-hmm. And I didn't start an inhaler until a few years ago, so... But at any rate, having a terrible diet as a child, which I did, mm-hmm. And having asthma can both contribute to suddenly getting allergies out of nowhere.
Okay. Alright.
I'm like, awesome! My body hates me even more than I thought it already did.
But what about the wheat one? How did that... Did it just randomly develop during the period when you weren't eating it?
Well, I mean, the reason I stopped eating it is because it showed up on the test as a potential allergen.
Right.
Now, so, I don't know, because I didn't feel bad after eating it. Like, or not any worse than I already did. So, I don't fucking know, man.
I'm a little confused.
What do you think I am?
Because I'm thinking maybe you're allergic, right? But your body had developed some sort of, like, immunity since you had it so often. But then you stopped having it and your body's like, guess I don't need this anymore, and it threw it out. And that's why you reacted. But after you had it again, after not having it for so long. That's my hypothesis. I mean, can't test it.
Yeah, that's the problem, is it's like, that's the only thing I can really think of, but like... Or it's one of those things where I just got used to feeling bad all the time. Because, like, my hands did feel weird a lot. Like they do right now. And I just attribute it to when it's warm. Sometimes, right. Or when I went from cold to warm too much. Which it is kind of cold outside already. But sometimes it would happen specifically after I ate. And I would just be like, oh, well, it's just cold at work. You know, no big deal. But then I have had times where I've just straight up had red, itchy hands out of nowhere and could not for the life of me figure out what caused it. Right. Not as often as I had wheat, though. So that's why it's just like, I don't know. You can develop out. All I know is that in your 20s and 30s, you can just develop allergies out of nowhere.
Well, shit. That's not good.
It's not fun.
It's not good at all. Does that mean it's gonna happen to me?
Have you developed any yet?
I don't think so. But I don't know.
Do you have seasonal allergies?
Yes I do, but I've always had those.
If you've always had them, then probably not. Do you have any respiratory issues?
Not in general, fingers crossed. I mean, I can't breathe underwater for as long as Dankey Kong is, but I would say that's an issue.
Yeah, so you're probably fine. I just love how many things that asthma is a risk factor for. It's like, oh, thanks, I can't breathe, and now I also am going, like... The way I finally got it diagnosed is when I mentioned to my doctor, it's like, hey, whenever I get sick, I have these same exact symptoms, and it, like, almost always becomes bronchitis ever since 2006. And, I mean, that seems kind of weird, right? And she's like, oh, that's an asthma thing. And I'm just like, what? Why ain't my other doctor say anything?
Isn't asthma just fantastic? It makes it so you can't breathe. All the
fair,
treatments make you more likely to die of it.
I do have to say that I have never had an attack, as far as I know. Although I did have a day recently where I just was suddenly very, very lightheaded and out of breath, which was weird. But as far as I know, I've never had an attack that wasn't, like, exercise-induced.
Right.
Which is, that's good. Although my inhaler that I'm on now does have the side effect of causing a fungal infection, which is very specific. But whatever. Anyway, tune in next time for more medical talk, maybe.